Well, I believe that 11 years. That's what I heard when I prayed to God about why He's going to allow this to happen. I said, Father in heaven, how could you allow these angels, I know it's free will, but fallen angels, to come here and mingle with humans? That's like a man and a cat. A horse and a dog is just not supposed to be that way. If an angel is going to mess with another angel, that's one thing, but to mess with a human. And some answers we don't get until the next life. And I asked God in heaven, I prayed, and I said, why? How could you allow so much pain when there's been so much pain already? And what I've heard from Him, because I was actually asking about one particular thing, see, the Illuminati, the American government is doing something to everybody, all 8 billion people on the earth, that you're not even aware of. And I'm not allowed to speak about it, but it's so horrific. I can't tell you specifics, but I can warn you and tell you it's so horrific, so evil, that this is how evil this is. The Spirit, during prayer, told me that they actually, the leaders of the world, actually had another 100 years, 150 more years. They could have been in charge of everything and been there on the top. But because they're doing what they're doing, and they know what they're doing, because they're doing what they're doing, God has now shortened their time to 11 years maximum. God will return by 2029 at the latest. And that being said, it's possible He'll be here 2019, 2024, but we're talking 11 years at the most. That's because what they're doing, they're actually forcing God to return. And let me tell you something, when you force God to do anything, you think you're bad and tough and you're going to force God to get off His chair and do anything, He is going to step on you. You don't test God. That's one thing you do not want to do. You don't want to test God. God is ever present. He sees everything at all times, and all He's doing is taking notes. He's watching everything you do and judging everything from the moment you're born to the moment you die. And a lot of good people aren't going to make it. Bad people aren't going to make it. And the bad people are going to have to pay for their sins 7 times what they dished out. And that's going to be an inner fire it's like your brain being pulled from your head. It's worse than that. It's your soul being separated from God. And the pain is so horrific. I can't even explain to you. It's like going mad. But worse. And then when that's ending, you don't get no refreshments. You don't get no ice on that fire. You start slipping off into death. Eternal death. So what you're doing, you evil creeps out there, does not make any effing sense. Hurting people for what? Some crappy money? What? A hamburger is like $1. A pair of jeans is like $7. You can live high on the hog in America without hurting people. But because you want to be a creep, you're going to get what's coming to you. And if you're a reptilian hybrid, you're doing it to yourself. So you're being used by the fallen angels. Now, if I was a reptilian hybrid, and a fallen angel forced me into this world without my permission, I would be, you know what, this is your fault. And I will turn all my hate toward the one who forced me to be here, no matter how much stimuli they provided me, how much fake manipulation of promises, broken promises they can't keep. You can't beat God. I mean, that's just common sense. I thought everybody knew that. But see, as a human, we feel that. We know that. We know that God's all powerful. "11 years at the most." So whatever you guys are going to do, you better do it, because you don't have much time left. All this stuff, all these plans you're making, you better squeeze that stuff into 11 years, because that's all you're given now. Because you went and overjumped the shark. And my enemies out there know what I'm talking about. They know that I've had some supernatural help. I mean, within minutes, I've only guessed everything they were doing to me that I never knew before. I only guessed how to see reptilian hybrids. I only guessed what they're doing to the entire world. I only guessed every home they're in on my street within minutes. It wasn't me, it was God. And God is also telling me that you guys are doomed in 11 years. So what's sad is a lot of you people out there might even be married to a reptilian hybrid and not even know it, because they're humanoid. Yet they're fake. They're slightly different. They're fake. They're like plastic. They're real sweet, real loving. They're normal. They'll eat, they'll cook, they'll drive, everything. But when you ain't looking, they'll stab you in the back in a heartbeat. And you got so much proof. I mean, you got millions of documented cases of alien abductions. You got millions of reports of missing hybrid babies. You got alien symbols popping up all through our culture in the last 30 years. Starbucks, Mercedes, Mercury, Arco, the list goes on and on. This stuff wasn't here 30, 40 years ago. That's what's odd about it. It's just flooding it. And then you got reports now of doctors putting implants in patients without the patients even knowing it. Dentists putting implants in patients without the patients even knowing it. And where are all the prosecutors? If I go next door and take care of one of my gang stalkers, I guarantee you I'll be in prison or dead. But see, they can do things to we the people, and there's no accountability, because the government at the top went rogue. And see, what happens when the government at the top goes rogue? It means they're not our government anymore. So for us to do anything to prosecute them and get them out of office is completely legal, completely fair game. And the way they're winning this war is by pretending there's no war as they cap you in your head. Doctors putting strange space alien implants in their patients. Thousands of reports of gang stalking victims, which gang stalking is just your beta test of the new police program they're going to roll out on all Americans in the near future. And if you got some kids, you must be ready to say bye-bye. Get them one of those Hawaii, you put it around their neck and say hola, hola, lola, hola, because you'll be shipping them off. They're going to be taken off, because I'm telling you one thing, these people that run the world want your children, and they want them badly. That's what it all comes down to, is the kids. This government is completely went rogue. They're in so many violations that most people at the top of the government would get life in prison with no doubt. You got the military, U.S. military, running black ops on their own people. You know, if they get caught, you know what kind of time they'd be doing in prison? I actually believe the law says that some of these people, some of these colonels, will be hanging by their neck until they're dead. Treason is treason, and we have laws in the books to take care of people like that. But there again, we've been overthrown by gray aliens, reptilian hybrids, and there's many, many types of evidence out there. And soon they're going to bring on this alien deception, which I don't know how they're going to try and play this card. there's too many victims for them to say that aliens are our friends. And they can do like an alien invasion and then have some hero come in and save everybody, and then try and have us kiss his ass. But the San Diego Police Department is running black programs on We the People, and I'm a witness to that. I'm a victim of that. San Diego Police Department running black ops, attempted murder on my life, an American citizen. Attempted to sneak in my window at 1 o'clock in the morning. These military men. And the San Diego police, they knew I was going to call them up. They came out here and tried to get me to calm down. They didn't want to shine their flashlight behind my studio apartment and just go back upstairs and back into bed. Tuck me right back into bed so they can take off and let these military guys come in here and kill me and my brother and have their way with us. San Diego Police Department. I'm going to get those guys' names too. The people, if you want to stop all this corruption, and I don't know if we can stop the entire thing, but if you want to slow it down in America, you have to start prosecuting the prosecutors. The ones that are not prosecuting need to lose their jobs. Attorney General needs to be, I think he needs some charges to be filed against him. And you have to go after the prosecutors and the main media, because that's the only way these thugs are getting away with the shit they're doing, is because you got the main media who's keeping most people asleep, and then you got the prosecutors who ain't prosecuting. And how much you want to bet that these black programs, they're murdering American citizens that you and me are not aware of? They're not just stalking them. They're killing them too. And if you think you're safe, keep dreaming. You just never know when your number is going to pop up and they're going to come looking for you now. You're not safe by being quiet. You're not safe by hiding in the corner and groveling like a little spoiled, sniveling sissy. You're not safe by sticking your head in the ground like an ostrich and having the rest of your body sticking up for the wolf to see you for dinner. You know how you're safe? If all of us get together and organize and start going after all the top people in the government now. The ones, we know who's in there. We know their names. We know their faces. They're all guilty. There's no way this stuff can get past them. There's just no way. There's no way they don't know about gang stalking. You think the San Diego police doesn't know about gang stalking? They only get complaints all the time. But it doesn't exist. You know why it doesn't exist? Because they're the ones that are doing it. And until we slap the cuffs on them and send them away, you and me are in danger. And that's it. That's reality. That's how life works. There's just no way around it. It is what it is. And unless we arrest these thugs at the top, your family is going to be in permanent danger, and it's only going to get worse in the next 3 years. Bad worse. That's why I say get your tombstone ready, get your coffin ready, and I say make your peace with God. Because I know that no one in America is really going to try and stop this. I yet to see the militia and the American citizens that swear an oath to the Constitution who start taking legal action against these thugs. We're all waiting for it. Millions of us are waiting for it. There's so much evidence. Why isn't anyone going to prison? Thanks for watching. I hope we're still around tomorrow. If we are, throw up another rant. God bless you all.